great about where we are right now. And that may sound crazy, but I feel it. I know exactly what I'm seeing out there. And we defended them beautifully tonight. We got everything we needed. Just too many turnovers, too many reaches. And if we settle down a little bit, we're going to be in really good shape in Game 6. And I like our defense. I like our effort. I like our competitive desire. Just got to be a little wiser with the reaching and taking care of the ball. And when we do that, we're going to be in great shape.
Well, they expect to be the toughest game of the year for them. How do you view being in an elimination game in this situation, whether you have the chance you could get eliminated?
I mean, I think we're in good spirits considering the situation, how these last two games have gone, down to the wire, and they made a couple more plays to get the job done, so credit to them. But that's why you play 7 games. That's why it's such a back and forth type of environment in the playoffs, and we have an opportunity to reestablish ourselves at home, get a big win, keep ourselves alive, and then roll the dice in the Game 7. So not all is lost, and we play well tonight. We're just not well enough.
Tim McMahon.
It's ESPN. Coach Kerr moments ago said he feels great about where the team is right now, and
you don't believe him.
Well, it's from the outside looking in, it don't look too great. So can you explain, like, is that how can you have that type of feeling being down 3-2?
Because I think the way we played the last 2 games, we played good enough to win and just haven't got the job done. So going home, Game 6, the way we played tonight, if we can repeat that, take care of the turnovers, just stay mentally locked in on the details for 48 minutes, we know we can get a win. And we're just with the talent that we have on this team and the resiliency and whatnot, we can get the job done. And I think we're excited about that opportunity going home to get ourselves back in the series, stay alive, obviously, like I said, and then worry about a Game 7. So, we haven't been in this position before. This teams of old. So it's a chapter we need to figure out and finish the story.
I'm surprised by how happy the Warriors are. I don't know if they have some sort of secret. Here's my instinct on it. You are always looking for who knows what's going on, who's not you, if you're in the business we're in. So if they're confident, then you go, oh, they must know something. They're going to win this series. But I've been around long enough to know they don't know any better than we know. They don't know any better than anybody else knows. And I find it interesting that they are so happy after what's going wrong. I'm not saying that they're incorrect about that, but I'm also just not going to buy into it. And I think their view of it is, despite what you're talking about and what's gone wrong in crunch time, they feel like they're doing exactly what they want to do in the things that are easy to control, or not easy to control, but they have a sense of defensively, we are doing exactly what we want to do. We're doing exactly what we want to do. If we just don't have these stupid turnovers, we got this. And that seems to be their philosophy. Now, did that strike you as
overconfidence?
Yeah, I wonder.
A little overconfidence. So to me, the Steve Kerr press conference, which was just positivity flowing out of it, that was more strategic. I think he's trying to speak to his players through the media, because you don't want to be going back to Oracle thinking, oh, doom is coming. But the players, I kind of sense a little bit of overconfidence. Like in all season, like the Rockets are not the threat. Everyone tries to act like they are, and they're still sitting here down 3-2. Like, nah, we good. Like, just some mistakes we made. But truth is, and like Houston is just bumping them into these mistakes and forcing it. And now you're in a danger zone where Houston, if Houston just gets mega hot, it might not matter. Like, there was always that talk of like, well, if Houston gets hot, they can maybe steal a game or two in a series. Well, now all they got to do is steal one in the last 2. Yeah. Even as confident as the Warriors are, the Warriors have put themselves in a danger zone.
Oh, yeah. I completely agree with that. And they can feel that what happened was the result of our defense, and there's a lot of truth to it. But the Rockets also missed a lot of open threes.
Especially early.
Yeah.
improved ball movement. Where exactly is this confidence down 3-2 coming from?
I mean, I just think that's who we are. You know, we know what we're capable of. We know we can win 2 games. And, you know, obviously I think, you know, in a sense of you've been there before is always, you know, a good feeling. You know what it takes. And then, you know, with what we've put out there on the floor the last 2 games, it could have easily been 2 wins. And so we understand that. We know the things that we can improve on, and we'll improve on those things.
What were your feelings? What were you thinking when Chris Paul looked like he was hurt on that play?
Is he hurt? Did he get hurt?
Well,
I didn't see that.
Well, my obvious follow-up is also, what are the chances he misses the next game because of injury?
You know, we'll see. He'll be evaluated tomorrow. But obviously you saw him limp off, and he's a tough guy. So they'll do whatever they can do. If he's there, great. Good for him. If he isn't, we have enough guys, and it's time for somebody else to step up. We got plenty of guys over there that will have some fresh legs, that's for sure. So we'll be all right. But we just got to continue what we're doing, and then we'll find that way.
Melissa Rowland-Berry, News Group. Can you talk about Chris Paul's impact on the game tonight? And also, did you get to talk to him in the locker room after the game? How are his spirits? How is he holding up? Is he in any pain?
Well, his spirits aren't great. I mean, he wanted to be out there, and for sure, and he's worried and all that. That's normal. And like I said, we'll see tomorrow how it goes. But what he did was remarkable. When we were kind of teetering, he made 2 or 3 threes. That's just his heart. That they weren't great shots. They were nothing, and he made something out of nothing. And it was his heart and his will to win. And I don't know how many times, you know, everybody's got to see it in the league that he's one of the best players, you know, that played the game. And just his will alone and what it means to basketball. I don't know. If you can't root for him, then I think you got some problems.
James Mark Schwartz, ESPN. As a great scorer, when you watch Chris Paul operate against the shot clock as it runs down, explain just the degree of difficulty, not only of some of the shots, but of working against the clock in those situations.
That's the most difficult shots you can imagine. You know, from the shot clock to Game 5 in the Western Conference Finals, over, you know, taller defenders. You know, but he's been doing it all year long, and he just manages to get those shots off and make big plays. You know, that's you know, he was built for it.
For Eric, he limped off with the hamstring injury, and we don't know if he can play for the rest of the series. Mike said you'll be our playmaker if Chris can't make it. Are you ready for a role of that nature?
Yeah, well, my role doesn't change. Whether I start or whether I come off the bench, it's all about being aggressive and being a playmaker. So I'm always ready.
Adam Spillane.
Think of Chris Paul's little shimmy?
It was well deserved. It's a tough shot. If you can shimmy on somebody else, you got to be all right getting shimmied on. So I'll keep shimmying, and maybe he will too. So we'll see what happens. To happen in Game 6 for sure.
Steph Mark Schwartz, ESPN. Not only did CP hit you with the shimmy, he hit you with all of those shots at the end of the shot clock under pressure. How difficult was that to do? How difficult is it to be on the other end of that? And how can the Rockets win this series if he can't go in Game 6 and 7?
There's a lot of questions. All right, let me see if I can roll it down. He hit some tough ones that you got to live with, to be honest. I mean, a lot of dribbles in ISO, and he kind of found a way to contort his body and get a shot off, and 3 of them went down. And at the end of the day, obviously good offense beats good defense any day of the week, but you made him work, and then that's what you got to do. Obviously, you know, I don't want to speak on an injury until you know what the situation is, so kind of leave that there. But they're a talented team, and everybody who touched the ball is a threat, and so you got to just be on alert at all times. And the way he played in the third quarter and hit those tough shots to keep him close was a difference in the game.
James Bryant.
Brian Smith, Houston Chronicle. These last 2 games have been tight, come down to the last minutes, defense heavy, slower than expected. How tough is your guys' mental toughness right now as a team? I mean, again, you've been building toward this type of mentality for the last 2 or 3 years.
We're showing it. We're showing it. I mean, can't explain it. We're just can't talk about it. We just go out there and show it. We don't. We've been having that motto all year. We don't really talk a lot. We go out there and play hard and prove people wrong. I mean, that's all we can do up to this point as well. Game 6, we know the atmosphere. We know how crazy it's going to be. We know what's at stake. But, we're going to go out there and just go and shoot our shots. And if they fall, they fall. That's a bonus. But defensively, if we lock in like we've been doing, yeah, we got a chance.
Tim McMahon, ESPN. James, obviously you're not shooting the 3-ball the way you usually do. Is there anything?
I'm not.
Slightly. I'm being kind. Anything you feel?
Who cares? Nah.
Nothing mechanical or anything?
Nothing. I'm just missing shots. But we're winning, and I'm trying to compete on the defensive end and do other things to, help my team win. But if we got a guy like Eric Gordon making shots, and being aggressive, who cares?
Is there ever a point where, I know you're not a guy who says turn down threes, is there ever a point where you maybe want to be
But I told Gerald when he hits 100 and he hadn't made them, we might talk about it, but he's got a ways to go. No, there's no point. No, there's not at all. I mean, James is what he can do and the pressure he puts on the defense getting to the foul line. He manufactures points in different ways. And again, he's just the shot's not falling, and a lot of it has to do with how hard everybody's playing. Probably legs aren't the freshest things in the world, but he's invaluable defensive. I look at it, and I told the guys before the game, I go, look, we need to get up 40 to 45 threes, and somehow. And we got up 43, and we outscored them 13 to 10 from threes. And that, for us, to me, that's the whole game. That's that extra point. That's 3 extra points, and we win before, but that's 3 extra points. I want them to go in, and I thought we had great looks to go in. But if they don't, we're playing the right way, and we get enough of them up, we'll make enough. And if our defense holds up, then that's going to be the difference. So, look for us next game. I hope we get up 53s. And, I hope we make a little bit more.